Hey guys, it's aquaisyummy here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I got 20 kills in 25 minutes in Diamond 1 Elo against a jungle Yi this game, which is pretty rare. It looks like this Yi player is a one-trick Yi. I think when I played him he was Diamond 1, and he's got some pretty spicy KDAs, 8, 5, and 4 with a 57% win rate. This win rate's actually pretty insane because I managed to hit Challenger with Rengar with the 60% win rate, and it's pretty close. Looks like he's dabbling in some Olaf. That champion is quite busted, especially against Rengar. So if you guys ever want to counter to Rengar, Olaf's pretty good. I'm going to be doing a reverse clear again this game. Hit the plan at 23, do red to blue to Gromp, and if top is gankable, you can go gank, but you need to make sure you get the kill or else you'll be very far behind, because the other jungler can invade your raptors and actually take them, so you'll be behind a camp and they'll be up a camp. This game I actually don't decide to gank this Jax even though he's pushing, because the Camille's getting absolutely shafted and doesn't even have level 2 to CC the Jax. The gank could actually work, but it's pretty risky, so I just decide to clear back bot. It's so important not to get behind in the jungle, just because jungle XP is so low now, so it's really hard to catch back up if you do get behind. Being a high level will allow you to easily duel the enemy jungler and get off cleaner ganks, because you'll be doing a lot more damage and have a lot more stats like HP and armor. Whenever I walk to my raptors, I always make sure to look mid to see if mid is gankable, and the Azir is really pushed up, so I try to go for the gank. Ganking mid as Rengar is normally extremely hard, but if you have flash, it could be a little easier. I go for the E flash here. He doesn't react fast enough to flash away, but the gank turns out to be extremely messy because the Kennen missed his stun and the Jax teleported. Here, I try to fight back and forth between the Jax, trying to kite him towards my tower. It sucks that he kills me, but I get the return kill. Camille teleports, which is slightly troll, but in actuality, it's actually a good thing because the lane was pushing towards the Azir, so Kennen would have lost all these minions, but because Camille got it, she could get all the mid farm and push it to tower, and Kennen can go hold top. While walking out of base, I make sure to look around the map to see what I want to do next, and I see that the Mastery just took bot scuttle, so it's very unlikely that he already took top, so I start pathing towards it. While I did the scuttle, it looks like my Camille roamed bot and tried to dive them. It's actually turns out really bad because Yi was there to counter gank, and diving at level 4 is not really a good idea most of the time. They have managed to get 3 kills and the Yi gets a kill too, which is really bad because you never want a Yi to snowball. 1 kill is really all it takes. Because Camille died, I go mid to catch the wave and potentially kill the Azir. If he walks into the bush, he's dead, but it looks like he just wants to play with my feelings instead. He never actually ends up walking to the bush, so I just walk out to lane so I don't take too much extra damage walking through the minions. Camille actually gets here in time, so I don't get any of the juicy farm, unfortunately. Next, I start pathing bot. They likely don't have many sums because they were just stove, so should be a pretty fair gank. I make sure to ping ahead of time so that the Leona control wards the bush and they won't think it's too sus. The Lulu ends up stepping up a little too far, and we're able to follow up because Samira is absolutely broken. Just another free CC. Here I jump E smite the minion to try to get a little more damage on the Ezreal so they're unable to contest Dragon at all. With them having a Yi in his ear, they can easily turn up Dragon fight and get a bunch of free kills, which is pretty bad, so have to make sure you do it safely. After Dragon, I decide to back because none of my camps are up and I have enough for Teamet. Teamet will allow me to clear my camps a lot faster when they do come up, and it's good to spend your gold if you have nothing else to do. Here I want to go get the scuttle and fight the Yi, but because their team is so ahead right now and I don't have prio, it's not really worth the risk. I start pathing bot again because I'm about to be 6 and they've proven that they are hinters. While I do my golems, I make sure that I have 5 stacks for when I have my R. It'll allow me to get a free empowered ability. If I'm close enough, I'll be able to empowered E them in the middle of the air, but if they are too far, then I can just use empowered Q for the movement speed and extra damage. The gank ends up not working as they're playing too safe, and Leona's a big scary girl, so I just start pathing mid as the Yi tries to dive the Camille. The Camille and Yi end up going 1-for-1, but this is really good for me because I get a push in the lane. Any lane XP is extremely nice in getting ahead. My team's just dying across the map and I think about going top, but I notice that the Yi buff is about to be up, so I go and try to fight him. If Rengar has the bush and the element of surprise, he'll normally win a 1v1 against the Yi. You just have to make sure not to use your whole combo on his meditate, because the meditate gives Yi 50% damage reduction, I believe. Here I get super unlucky because the red buff is just eating the Yi out and I'm unable to click him. So I ended up dying here. It's pretty unlucky because I blew my flash too and the Jax just pathed straight to the red buff. It's a pretty bad death and some may consider it inting, and it would be, but I got unlucky so it's not. It's really good for the Yi because he got XP from the red buff and from my kill, but T1 mental, still going strong. It looks like the Yi tried to kill the Kennen, but Kennen has 5 billion CC and actually ends up killing the Yi, which is really nice. Here I want to actually fight with the Camille because we actually win this because our minions are pushed up. And also, I'm really strong if I'm in a bush. I try to burst the Jax with my empowered Q, but he managed to get his E off before, but we still end up killing him, which is really nice. Here I have to be really careful because his ear still has ult. I have to wait for my W cooldown, so I get my 5th stack. I managed to dodge his ulti and just one-shot him after. This is pretty good. We're now at this point we're winning because we just got 3 free kills. Before it's felt a little doomed. This game is really just mental, honestly. That's how you snowball games. You just feed on their sadness. Next, I start to clear my whole jungle back bot, because bot is pushed, I'll be able to get into the lane brush and get a free gank off. Most of the time, the laners don't expect it, which is really nice. And if they walk anywhere near the bush, you'll just be able to one-shot them without them being able to react. If you guys are enjoying this type of video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It'll let me know that you guys like this style of video so that I can make more. This gank would normally be extremely hard, but Leona is really good with their ulti. She misses her E, but hits a delicious ulti. And we barely managed to get both because Ezreal and Lulu are such safe champions. But because we got that, now we are able to get the tower. This Yi comes out of absolutely nowhere and tries to backdoor the Samira, but once we just run away from the tower, he can't really do anything because we can just one-shot him. He tries to look for Samira, but comes a little too close. With my empowered Q, I'm just able to one-shot him completely. Samira ends up coming a little too close and int anyways, but I'm able to secure the kill after. And we're just able to get Drake for free now, which is really important. Soul really helps you close out games, and in this game, their comp is extremely strong late game, and I don't want it to go that long, so I'm focusing on getting the Soul early. At this point of the game, you don't really want to be farming that much as Rengar, so I quickly just do my red, back, buy items, and immediately go to Scuttle to contest it. I don't want to give this Yi any resources to possibly come back into this game, and after I get the Scuttle, I'm just going straight into his jungle to invade. My bot has shown that they're able to follow up, so I'm just going to invade with the Leona and possibly dive bot if Master Yi shows top. If you guys have bot teammates, you can still do this, but you just have to be a lot more careful. And then because I have flash, I can play very aggressive. I see his Gromps up, so I go to take it and put the Yi further behind, but it'll also drag out the bot. Because Leona has ulti and she's in the fog of war, she'll be able to get a free ulti. And because there's a bush too, I just one-shot them completely. I jump on the Ezreal to get a little bit of damage, so my ulti will be able to finish. I see the Yi coming, but I style out, and this man's actually so sad. He flashed to follow me too, but got stunned by Leona. He actually just wants to AFK at this point, and I don't blame him. Kennen actually ends up following the Azir down, making this dive very plausible. We're all full HP, but they end up going in a little too early, but they end up getting everyone. I thought one of my teammates was still tanking, but I guess not, so I end up giving my shutdown to Azir, but it's alright because they're tilted. And the Samir just decides to int once again. At this point of the game, it's pretty much over, but it's still throwable, so it's really important that you know how to close out a game as Rengar. Basically, you just always want to be staying in their jungle, one-shotting anybody who comes. You're going to want to sweep too, so that you're not under a ward and they won't collapse on you. You'll also have to know your damage, and if you're able to one-shot someone completely before someone can come, and you need to make sure that you don't get caught, or else the game can snowball back into their favor. It looks like the Kennen gets a little too feisty, and the Yi looks like he's gonna get a free kill, but I destroy his hopes and dreams, and his team's actually flaming him. I kind of feel bad. They're calling him a garbage Yi player. Anyway, here I would go to his red, but I realized that I got the red buff off him, so it's unlikely that his red and raptors are still up. I end up just doing Rift and clearing my buffs and resetting to spend all my gold. I'm able to get Edge of Night, which is a really good power spike on Rengar. It's super good against Lulu because she can often just ulti whenever you jump and your ulti gets cancelled. You get completely cucked, which is no fun. So I offer them no counterplay instead. My team actually ends up inting without me, which is quite sad, but it doesn't really matter. We're so far ahead at this point that they can die a couple of times without us losing anything. It is making this game slightly harder to close out though, but as a fed Rengar, you should still be able to set the tempo of the game once your ulti's up and you have flash. With Dragon coming up, they're all starting to rotate. I hit the plant to keep my 4 stacks and try to one-shot Jax, but he ends up eating just in time, but it doesn't really matter because I got 2 empowered abilities off that combo. Next, I just go for the Lulu, kill her without her ulting. Next on the block was Ezreal, and this man stood no chance. I see the other 2 people coming, and honestly I thought I was dead here, but I played around with the vision and the Yi just couldn't click on me. So this is my Penna here. I'm so excited because I'm like, there's no way that the Azir can outplay us. But the soldiers were placed actually perfectly. I hit him because I thought I could sneak through the crack on the soldiers on the left side, but soldiers were too thick and wouldn't let me touch the Azir in his inappropriate places. I'm quite sad because this would have been my first Penna this season. I haven't really played that much, so I haven't really had many chances of getting Pennas in this elo. But once again, unlucky. Nothing I could have done to prevent this from happening. After doing the dragon for free, I go mid because I see some juicy people. Unfortunately, I'm not able to one-shot them. I don't have electrocute, but I just try to blow their cooldowns. I still have flash, so I bait the Master Yi back to my team, and we get a free kill off of it. This man's so tilted that he'll just do anything to get 1 kill on me at this point. This is Ezreal's being a little annoying cuck, so I want to try to kill him. I see that Camille is pushing top, so I spawn the Rift Herald and try to apply more pressure. So she's able to get the inhib, but for some reason she tries to come mid and fight. I got to heal off the crab, but my team really is thirsty and want to fight, so they just end up inting again, which is fine. I'm just stalling for my ulti because I'll be able to kill them and get out with my flash. Here I could flash over the wall and kill the Azir, but I'm afraid that the Ezreal would be able to kill me and get my shutdown gold because I won't have any more mobility after I blow both my empowered ability and flash. The Kennen comes in with his ulti, which is quite nice. The Azir actually times it perfectly and dodges my jump, which is really sucks. And the Jax, wow, what a very balanced champion, absolutely dumpsters me. If I had 1 more second, I would have been able to get my W off and probably kill him, honestly, but unlucky. So next I call for Baron so we can close out this game. My team ends up winning a fight in their jungle because we're just so far ahead. We get Baron for free and inhib. The enemy team tries to engage on us, so I ult prematurely for the movement speed and also so I can see where all the enemies are. My team actually wanted to 3v4 even though 1 person was 1 HP. I try to just stay alive and make sure I don't give them my shutdown. My team ends up dying, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't really matter that much. And then the Kennen ends up coming in, ulting and killing everyone. He's so far ahead now. He came back from 0-3 because our team was just so much stronger, so we won so many more team fights where he got fed in. He ends up inting once again, so me and Samira try to avenge his death. That Lulu and Ezreal combo is pretty broken, honestly. I barely end up able to kill them both. After this kill, I don't really understand why they don't FF. I'm guessing they have Tyler 1 mental as well. I see that dragon spawning soon, and that is our soul, so I secure it, ensuring that we win this game. And I finally get to run it down after my team has had the last 5 turns. It's actually astounding on how broken Jax is. This man is so behind and I'm so far ahead, Yeah, he's treating me like a rag doll. I have like 3 items up on him too. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.